Hi everyone, welcome to Skylight Tarot. I hope everyone is doing great. So the topic for today is what makes you attractive to others. It could be your specific person if you want to take this video as something like that, but I'm just going to give you a general overall reading on what makes you attractive to others. Pardon my voice, I'm having a little bit of cold. So if the clarity doesn't come in, I'm so sorry about it. All right, so let's just get started. And please know that this is a general, collective, and timeless reading. Messages may or may not resonate. So use your discernment, all right? Okay, so pile number one, what makes you attractive to others? We have delight. Okay, I need to cover this up. What should I use to cover it up? What should I use? Perhaps use this. Okay, so pile number one is delight. Right, let's get to pile number two. What makes you attractive to others? Pile two. We have chaos. Pile number three. What makes you attractive? We have storytelling. Okay, so these are your options and your choices. So pile number one is number 14, and that is denial. Pile number two is number 6, and that's chaos. Pile number 3 is number 38, and that is storytelling. So you can pause the video, zoom into your cards, whatever works your case, and I'll see you at your reading. But just in case you would want some additional help, then I am assigning zodiac signs for you. So pile number 1 is Scorpio. Do away with this. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aries, and Gemini. Pile number 2 are Cancer, Virgo, Pisces, and Leo. Pile number 3 are Taurus, Capricorn, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, so these are your options as per your zodiac sign. You can use your sun sign, your moon sign, your ascendant, rising, whichever way that you feel more associated with. But just in case you are still a little bit not sure about which way to choose, just simply go by your birthday. The plain, the simple, the better. Okay, and I'll see you guys at your reading. Hey, pile one. So those of you who resonated with denial and your zodiac signs are Scorpio, Gemini, Aries, and Sagittarius, this is going to be your reading. We are checking what makes you attractive to others. What do people like about you? What do people admire about you? What makes you attractive? Pile number 1. What makes pile number 1 attractive? We have Page of Swords. We have Knight of Coins. We have Ace of Coins. We have the Magician. I think I'm going to shift this a bit. What makes pile number 1 attractive? We have Knight of Cups. Okay. All right. That's some good energy. Let's get our clarifiers. Clarify Page of Swords. We have Nine of Cups. Clarify Knight of Coins. We have the Hermit. Clarify Ace of Coins. We have Ten of Wands. Clarify the Magician. The Tower. Okay. And clarify Knight of Cups. The World. And we have Ace of Cups at the bottom. So emotions are kind of important for you. You're very passionate, but that's not the quality that stands you out from the people. What I see here is that what people admires about you, pile number one, of course, the way you dress up, the way you look. People find you very attractive when it comes to how you carry yourself. There is something so magnetic about how unapologetically you are, even if you don't mind overdressing for, let's just say, airport, in general. So you like to keep things very neat, I would say, put together and attractive, especially when it comes to your looks. So you are someone who takes care of yourself even when there is crisis, even when you're going to a grocery store, let's just say, but you would like to literally get dressed and go forward. Now, if you are someone who is not resonating with this message, then please leave it out for someone else to take in, because that is the first message that I'm picking up. Second message which I'm picking up, what makes you attractive, is that you are very calm, very composed. You are not impulsive at all, right? You are not impulsive, especially being a Scorpio. But with this Ten of Wands present here and the Tower, what I feel here, and the World, what I feel here, that you were someone who was very, very impulsive earlier, right? But then you started to work on yourself. With the Magician card here, right, it sort of represents that you started the work to change this quality, because you feel that this quality is not doing you any good, and you would want to change this quality of yours. Maybe you have taken some impulsive decisions, maybe you have said something to people, maybe there were conflicts arising with friends, or maybe with someone you love, in relationships, and you decided that it's better to actually do certain introspection about how do I want to go about in my life going forward. And that's when you started to take matters in your own hands, and then you started to literally change, literally change, because you started to see that, is this nature of mine, being impulsive, is this going to help me in the long run? So that's of course no. Because when I talk about passion, so we do have Knight of, where is the Knight of Wands? We do have Knight of Wands here, which is a very fiery energy. It's more, I always relate this card to Mars energy, which is all about passion, action, and also about aggression. So there was an aggression towards you, and maybe that was kind of um and that is what the denial card is about, that you did not want to look at the bigger picture, but that's when you started to work on yourself. You're like, no, I would want to no more want to do things out of an impulse. I would want to literally work on myself, literally start to see the bigger picture. And that's when you see Knight of Coins is a very practical methodocum. Oh my god, method oriented card. Sometimes this happens in during the readings. So it's a very I would say practical card. And Knight of Cups is someone who's also a very emotional card. So while you are still emotional, it's just that you're not impulsive. You're still being practical. And that is something that you're learning. It's more of a trick of the trade that you're learning as you're growing up, and you're like, no, this is something that I need to change. This is something maybe I have inherited from my parents, or maybe in my environment, or maybe something that has led me to believe that I have to be more action oriented and impulsive and aggressive. but that is not helping me in the longer run, right? And that's when you started to change. Maybe there was an incident that has happened in your life and then you started to change that. Okay, people actually view you as someone who has this passion for traveling, they see you that you are also someone who's very romantic, right? You wear your heart on your sleeve and you are very approachable, I would say, when it comes to the opposite gender, because people do find you very attractive, but it's not that they're finding you snobbish enough to not approach you, not reach out to you, not tell you, people find you very warm and welcoming as well. When it comes to your loved one, this could be specifically for a male watching this reading. If you talk about your female counterparts, your girlfriend, or maybe what your the person on your mind, person of your interest, the females around you generally feel very safe because they feel that you will going to take care of everything, right? And you have the right things to take care of, and they feel very, I would say, feminine to let you do stuff, to let you control the situation, to let you take action, to let you take decisions. Okay. Now, if you're a female watching this reading, the guys generally feel that you are so feminine that they would want to do things for you. They would want to make you feel comfortable. They would want to give you that, love and affection, and make things easy for you, perhaps. Yeah. Now, you could also be someone who's very, people like the way that you are so dedicated when it comes to your work, how you're always very action oriented, how you're always very, I would say, hardworking, because you see the bigger picture that hard work is important. So that is something that kind of makes you very attractive to others. And yeah, so basically, traveling is definitely in the cards. You don't shy away from moving on. So that healing period is very fast. It's just that even if something bad has happened in your life, you know how to turn things around. You definitely know how to turn things around with the Tower and Magician and Ten of Wands and Ace of Coins. You are someone who knows how to do a new beginning with grace, right? So even if this is something that people don't know about you, people generally, some of the people observe and they see that how effective you are when it comes to moving on, having that new beginning in your life. So nothing can literally bring you down. Okay, so well, this is what I have for you. If you like these things, then please do like, comment, and claim this reading. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next reading. Take care of yourself. Bye bye. Hey Paltu, so those of you resonated with chaos number 6 and your zodiac signs are Leo, Virgo, Cancer, and Pisces, this is going to be your reading. We are checking what makes you attractive. What makes pile number 2 attractive? All right, let's get started. What makes pile number 2 attractive? We have the Fool. We have Four of Swords. We have Page of Wands. We have nine of coins. We have five of cups. Clarify the Fool. The Lovers. Clarify Four of Swords. Eight of Wands. Clarify Page of Wands. Queen of Wands. Clarify Nine of Coins. Page of Cups. Clarify Five of Cups. Two of Coins. A. And we do have Nine of Swords at the bottom. Hmm. Pile number two. I feel that people see you as a beautiful chaos. You know, I would say that for you because, see, your ability to actually go forward and being so playful when it comes to relationships in general, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be only romantic relationship, but it also includes your romantic relationship, your relationship with your friends and your family. They see you as that, what do you call it, center of attraction. You know, you are the cynosure of every event that you go to. People are literally drawn to you, drawn to your carefree personality, drawn to your independence, the way that you talk to people, the way that you make them feel about themselves. That is something that is kind of standing out, and that is the first quality that people see in you. You don't let anyone feel bad. I mean, if anyone is feeling sad and depressed, you can change that instantly. You'll bring on to your playful energy, and then everything is better. And it's like a switch. You're more like a, what do you say, how do I call it, like in a very, not getting that word. Let me know in the comments. So what I want to say is that you help people switch from feeling very depressed and low to feeling very, out and about. Let's just go, let's have fun, let's party, and all of that thing. That is something which is coming here, which is really good. And everyone is just drawn towards your independence. So in your romantic connections, people do see and they do feel that how emotionally independent you are. Even though I would say, pile number two, that deep down inside you are not that emotionally independent. Deep down inside you are still juggling. Deep down inside you still miss a certain aspect of emotions in your life. But to others, what they see is how playful you are, how emotionally independent you are. And let me tell you, people who are literally emotionally independent, they are the most attractive ones because they're their partners or their friends, they think that there is no need of them in your life, pile number two, and they feel that what, how else can they just make up for it. Yeah, you're kind of bringing in a very independent, very playful, very, I would say, loving, flirtatious sort of a vibe that is coming here. But deep down inside, of course, there are certain limitations. You are struggling a lot with emotions, I would say. It's like you have those emotions inside and you're not letting it out, or maybe being so playful and bringing that energy into the room in front of all the people is kind of making you feel that maybe that's how I'm going to feel better, by making others feel better about themselves, or by welcoming others into my own space. Yeah. And you do wear your heart on your sleeves, definitely. You're very flirty. People like that about you, and you're very confident, I would say. Very, very confident. I would say that if you are in a room, you are someone who will be like super confident. Queen of Wands is a very beautiful energy. So with Queen of Wands and Page of Wands, the playfulness of Page of Wands, the exploring nature of play of Page of Wands, plus the confidence, the grace, the beauty of Queen of Wands kind of makes you the best combination for the opposite gender to be attracted towards you. I see that you're very graceful as well. You like to dress well. It's not like you are the most overdressed person in the room. It's not like that. It's just that you have your own style and then you like to, you know, follow it through. You're also someone who doesn't like to be tied down. You don't like labels. You don't like, you know, getting into a committed sort of a relationship, and even if you do, so if it's not matching with you, if this message, leave it out for someone else to pick it up, okay? Because I do feel that deep down inside you have a lot to deal with emotionally. You're kind of juggling with a lot of things, maybe something that you have missed in the past, you still repent over it. But I do feel that there are certain past energies which are kind of lingering on you, still lingers, right? And you sort of juggle with it. But to the outside world, you are the most coolest person that they'll ever meet. Honestly. People also find you a bit secretive, you know. They like your company and everything, but and because you make them feel so good about themselves, perhaps, they would be the ones to tell you most of the things, and they don't know anything about you, and that kind of makes them wonder that, okay, I don't know anything about pile 2, and I had literally blurted out everything, every little detail of my life. Yeah, I do see, I mean, I would tell you, you have your own personal style, but I would say the most important thing that makes you super, super attractive, pile number 2, is your confidence. Your confidence and your playfulness, the way you make others feel, and your independence, how emotionally independent you are. Yeah. So that is what is coming for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye bye. Take care of yourself. Hey, pile 3. So, those of you who resonated with storytelling and your zodiac signs are Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra, and Taurus, this is going to be your reading. We are checking what makes you attractive, pile 3. Let's find out. Pile number 3. What makes you attractive? We have 10 of coins. Somewhere down the line, I feel that you're a very good storyteller, because even this card sort of brings out that storytelling aspect. People are interested and everything. What makes pile 3 attractive? Knight of coins. Six of cups. Seven of Swords, and Page of Coins. All right, let's take some clarifiers. Ten of Coins. We have Two of Wands. Knight of Coins. We have the Chariot. Six of Cups. We have the Sun. Seven of Swords. We have Four of Cups. And we have Nine of Cups. At the bottom, we have Page of Wands. All right. I would say people find you very interesting, pile number three. And it's just not, yes, and I do believe you have a very good storytelling abilities. And if not storytelling, you are someone, when you talk, people listen. And you talk interesting things. You could be talking about politics, you could be talking about, global news, you could be talking about spirituality, any topic that you talk about. You could be talking about AI, and people will listen to you. People will listen to you. And it's just not children. I would say you kind of gel along with everyone. Everyone. People older and people who are very younger to you. They simply like your energy, right? You could be someone who is like very positive. You could be someone who's like very, I would say, refreshing, for people to talk to you. They gain some or the other knowledge definitely whenever they are talking to you. And I do feel that you like talking as well. Pile number three. I would say there is something about your company that is very alluring for people to be there, to talk to you, to tell you how they feel, and then you sort of always make them feel good. you know you are the one who is kind of giving them um, the solution of what to do and what not to do. You are the one who can always come up with a solution. You are the one who can always help them if there are certain insecurities, if there is something negative that's going on in their life. You can basically tell that person to turn that into positivity while accepting your negativity as well. So it's not like you're more of a healer or anything of that sort, but people find you very healing. And you could also feel that a lot of people are coming up to you whenever you're going out, because see, we have sun here, which sort of represents like you are just there in the center and people are just revolving around you. People like your light, they like your energy, they like your positivity, they like how you make them feel after talking to you. You always come up with a solution, you always come up with a good way to handle a situation. You're also someone who will look at sorry, you're also someone who's going to look at, I would say, pros and cons before taking any decision. So you are more of an explorer, right? You also like to take risk, but you are not into a very impulsive risk taking things. You're kind of a person with a very calculated risk. Like you would want to take a risk, but then you would also gauge the present, the future, how the situation will turn around, if there are any disasters that's going to come your way. So you are that kind of a person. If you guys are working, you guys could be at a very good position in your company, and people do really like you. your your team, your peers, your colleagues. You do like to travel as well. Pile number 3. Traveling is something which is one of your passions. Besides, maybe, coming up with a solution and making people feel the way that you made them feel. That is by being so open and warm and so inviting. That also comes from you having traveled so much, that you connected with different people from at a different level, and that's how you realize, like, how to generally deal with people in general. You're more of a people person. File number 3. So when I talk about what makes you attractive, there are no 2 or 3 things that are coming into picture here, like pile number 1. But what is specifically coming out, which is very important, is how you make others feel around you. You are someone who is very, very, I would say, positive and grounded, and people are just drawn towards you. That is the major thing that's coming up. Yes, you like to travel. Yes, you like to take risk, but that risk is also a very calculated risk. And yes, you connect with people at all age, at all levels. There is no, um, I would say some people have a certain type that, I can only associate myself with people of this category. You are someone who's like sun, who invites all the planets of different shapes and sizes. Shape is anyway, no, sizes around its own vicinity. So yeah, they do like your light. They do like how warm you are. They do like how open and inviting you are. So that is what is coming up. Now, when I talk about your love interest, right, I would say the same applies to your love interest as well. And your female or your male counterparts, they see you as a wish fulfillment. They feel that if I can, get in a relationship with pile number 3, that's like a wish fulfillment, because you bring the same amount of warmth and energy in that relationship as well. And of course, your talks are really interesting. So I would say that you could be someone who is still in touch with your all of your exes. You are still someone who is, you know, you're that kind of person who doesn't block anyone, or who doesn't have hold any bad feelings for anyone in general. Hmm. Yeah, I do feel you could be in touch with all of your exes. It's not like you're talking to them on a regular basis, but then there are no hard feelings, because we do have 6 of cups here, and we do have sun here. Yeah, so people do feel lucky when they're in a relationship with you, because you bring in that positivity, that, you know I would say, masculine energy, someone who's motivating everyone. By masculine energy, I don't mean that if you're a female watching this reading, that's a bad thing. Masculine energy is that confidence, that vibe, that compassion that you bring to others. And, irrespective of the gender, we have both the energies in us. So there is no need to worry if you're associating with the reading, and if I said something about masculine and you're like, wait a second, I am not masculine. So okay, simmer down. There is one thing which I'm also getting, is that you know how to have boundaries. Like when you are inviting someone, you are not letting people take walk all over you or take advantage of you. You know where to draw boundaries. You know how to push people away as well. right? In a very polite manner. You know how to push people away. You know how to sneak away from a situation. You know how to, not take, I would say, negative things from people, not take, what I mean, yes, not take from people at all. So what are your boundaries and what is your space, what is your sacred space, and you will allow only those people that you would want them to come, right? It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. And I do feel that you are also someone who likes to keep people at bay as well, like, you don't want them to come and walk all over you. So that is also one thing that's coming while being positive. So you're kind of maintaining a very nice balance, I would say. Pile number 3. Yeah, so that was basically the last message which I was getting. But yeah, I mean, these are some beautiful and some amazing energies. Pile number 3. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye bye. Take care. Bye.